Everyone, welcome to Mining Now. I'm your host, Jerrod Downey, and we are filming episodes of Mining Now at CIM MIMO in Calgary. We've got a return guest. Actually, it's their third time on the show, Epiroc. And we've got their sales manager of Electrification Solutions Canada, Christopher Taplay. Chris, welcome to the show. Good to have you on.
Thanks. Good to be here.
We were talking a little bit off camera. You are really excited to be in front of the camera. That's what you like to do.
First time for everything.
Okay, let's get into it. For anybody who doesn't know, let's give a quick introduction to Epiroc.
Okay. Epiroc is a global equipment manufacturer based out of Sweden. They manufacture mobile mining equipment, trucks, scoops, drills, pit vipers for preliminary drilling. Full array of mining equipment.
And they've gotten big into the battery space.
Yep.
They've went hard in. Yeah, let's talk about it. Like that, is it almost, I mean, I think that's even the unit you've got on display is a battery.
Yep.
Is that sort of the theme of this event?
Yes, it is. It's becoming more common. The technology's improving over the years, and Epiroc's been a leader in driving that technology. With the batteries and the chargers and that whole industry.
So out of Vancouver, what is are they focusing on design, testing? What is the main priority there?
Both. So they do the design of the chargers, battery technologies, and have all the testing capabilities for that process. The batteries and chargers have to work together, and this allows us to develop that. And it's a lot of collaboration with our end users and customers, the mining customers, that can provide that input and feedback to help us develop that stuff. Before a battery electric vehicle ever gets to site, there's a lot of work that goes into it to make sure that site is prepared to do the charging and to prepare for that electrification of that site and use those electric vehicles, battery electric vehicles. There's a lot of ongoing training that has to happen and site preparation to make sure they can handle that process and develop their charging strategies, how they're going to use the equipment, how they're going to service that equipment. And that's where we have all those services available to implement with the customer.
So in terms of these charging stations and charging infrastructure, what is Epiroc's role and responsibility? What are you actually delivering on site?
Epiroc tries to take a look at the big picture. We want to develop that whole electrical ecosystem. It's not just a matter of buying an electric vehicle and a charger and having it run. There's all that electrical infrastructure to support it.
Right.
Develop those charging strategies, operational strategies, and then also a key component of that is electrical infrastructure to support it. You need that power. Where's that power going to come from? And part of the electrification division is taking care of that power right off the line on a main site. Right through to all your distribution and your substations, and then to the face of your workings and your batteries and chargers.
Yeah, okay. I actually didn't realize this. So you're involved with that entire process?
Yes. So that's where some of their acquisitions come in. As they prepare as being a leader in the industry, they want to develop that whole ecosystem, that whole infrastructure to support the battery equipment. Have basically a circular economy within mining and electrification and the equipment. And being able to support everything they provide. So it's right from that main power off the line.
Now, from what it's saying, I'm going to assume it sounds like it's going to be OEM, or it is OEM agnostic, or no?
The new charger we're developing is OEM agnostic.
Okay.
It's a heavy-duty designed from the ground up by Epiroc. And one of the key areas of that was our Vancouver facility, instrumental in developing that technology. And it's heavy-duty rated for mining environments. It's dynamic charging, do multiple posts, kind of keeps your charging strategy a lot more flexible. So it's almost ready to release. It's in the final stages of R&D. And we've had a lot of help from our mining partners and mine sites that are helping us develop that technology.
When I was doing the research, I saw something that said fully sealed IP65 enclosure with liquid-cooled power modulars for optimal performance in hot mining conditions.
Yeah, that's part of the heavy-duty rated.
Okay, that's part of that.
So a lot of chargers out there they're industrial chargers or commercial rated chargers.
Right.
Ours is designed from the ground up to be mining duty rated and handle those harsh environments, be portable, and underground environments can be pretty harsh, and just the handling of that unit, it's made to be moved around. And
these terms that are popping up as I'm like prepping for this interview, cable solutions. Again, I think of the batteries, then I think of the chargers, and then all the way after that, then you start, oh yeah, there's a whole bunch of cabling that's going to have to go into this infrastructure. So what does that look like? Now, I saw a term, it's called trailing cables.
yeah, so if it's an electric piece of equipment that's powered from a power source,
Right.
and there's all the cables the cable that has to run from the machine to your power source. So that's part of our infrastructure products and solutions, is the trailing cable we can provide, and with molded connectors, so it's plug and play.
Yeah.
That's just one of the areas that we offer. We have cable repair shops in Canada.
It sounds like when you say a trailing cable that it's like attached and you're dragging it as a cable. I can't imagine that's what it looks like.
It trails behind the machine, and there's a reel on the machine that will reel the cable up in and out.
Oh, okay. So you're pulling in that cable, and you're
plugging it into a power source of some sort.
Right.
And then you operate that vehicle electrically.
So this isn't like a 200-yard cable. We're talking, because I would imagine the infrastructure set up that you move it, and then there's another power source there,
Yeah.
and then
And that's part of the flexibility of
Right.
Mindsight, moving all your power equipment, your power takeoffs, those cords, the cables and extensions plug into, and to power up different machines. That's the other area that we provide all that distribution equipment in between. So like I said earlier about the main power source, it's got to be transformed down to workable voltage, and then all that electrical distribution equipment in between to power the equipment, to power your line side infrastructure, your motor controls, your pump and fan starters, anything electrically in that. It's mine site.
Oh, so you're right.
So it's all part of that electrical infrastructure.
So you're providing all that as well as the
Yeah.
fans and that.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I want to kind of keep. I almost feel like I'm at risk of losing some of what this actually covers. So I'll just keep throwing out stuff. So like telecommunications, control panels, MCC panels, like all of this. Is that all coming from Epiroc now?
Yep, that's all part of the electrical infrastructure on a mine site. So like I said, it could be right from that main incoming transformer, transform down through your mine power centers, but also on some of your surface automation, like in your mills, and some of your processes that are taking place. We can also do industrial automation and PLC panels, programming, whether it's providing new products or helping retrofit products, and providing the service to install it and service that equipment as well. So it covers the whole array of electrification.
Okay, so what type of service is being delivered specifically on the telecommunication side? Or does that tie in with other services as well?
That's also part of the electrical infrastructure, the digital telecommunications and the networking aspect of a mine site. How is all the equipment communicating with each other? And we have a digital department that does that, and some experts in that department. And that helps the mine site become more automated, whether it's autonomous vehicles, remote controls.
Right, because all that communication.
So it's all, there's a lot that goes into an electrical infrastructure, and that's just another key aspect of it that Epiroc's involved in.
So that automation part of it, that's part of the telecommunication, and then that's, I mean, and when that feeds into energy conservation and control, and distribution, and all that
energy
sort of thing.
Planning with that mine site.
Yeah. What is, and then you mentioned the service side. Again, I sort of, and I'm sorry I kind of keep saying this, but I kind of think of Epiroc as like, hey, we're a supplier, here it is. But you're talking about service. If you're talking, I mean, you're talking CAD drawings and supplying parts, and I mean, this is a lot more involved.
Yeah, and it's like any product you sell, you have to service what you sell.
Right.
Just like they service the equipment and the mobile equipment, the machines. Electrical infrastructure we have to support as well. So service technicians to help with projects depending on the capabilities of that mine site. Maybe they need they're doing a contract and need some extra staff for electricians or project managers. We can provide some of that staff to help out on a project basis or on a long-term contract basis.
Just to sort of wrap up, where like over the next year, where is your focus? Where do you see there's opportunities? Where does Epiroc see there's opportunities? I guess for the remainder of the year, we're filming this, now it's October. So I guess over the next year.
I think the strategy is to keep educating customers of the full Epiroc capabilities and solutions that they have to offer. From the vehicles and electrification, digital products, and drilling equipment, parts and services. They want to be a one-stop solution pretty much for a mining customer. There's a lot of things that they can provide, and we want to be the best provider of those solutions.
Well, if all the other success is any indication, I don't think that'll be an issue. No, it's amazing company. I mean, it's sort of an obvious thing to say about Epiroc, but it is amazing, and it's exciting, and I think it's motivating for the industry to see a company that's going, no, we're not just going to stop here. We're going to keep on pushing what we're capable of doing.
Very progressive.
Yeah, and that pulls other people, and that it shows other companies that we could do that too, and it just makes the whole industry better. So.
And that's where that collaboration with our customers is a key component as well, because it makes them feel included. You're taking their feedback and using it, and developing better products, and it helps them at the end of the day. So.
Yeah, it's awesome. Okay, well, thank you for coming on the show. It's going to be a busy. Well, it's going to be a busy. What? I just flew in today. How many days do we have left here?
Today and tomorrow.
That's it, and it's done. Okay. Okay, well, thank you, Chris, for being on the show, and we'll hope we do it again. It was fun.
Sounds good.
Okay, thanks, sir. Cheers. And thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you to all the sponsors, CIM, for having us at MIMO again. We actually started mining now at a MIMO event in Kamloops, so the world just comes full circle. It's great to do it. Thank you for all the support, and we'll see you on the next episode of Mining Now.